Good afternoon, honored guests, members of the faculty, distinguished graduates, families, and friends. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all here today. I extend my warmest congratulations to all those graduating today, and I would like us to acknowledge the support that has assisted each one of us along the way. To all the family and friends here with us, and to those who could not be here in person, thank you. I'm not sure how the other students are feeling at this moment, but I do know that I was not prepared for the journey I would be taken on here at CSU Global. I was overwhelmed by enrolling back into school after so much time had passed since I was last in a classroom setting. Many challenges will cross our paths through life, and we are here today to celebrate all the achievements that we have made on our continuous journey through life. This year has been an especially difficult one, but we must all remain resilient. Now is the time for standing up to the status quo by challenging boundaries, breaking out of them, and redefining who we are. We as individuals must be committed to social change in order to make the world a better place to live. There was not a single person who was prepared for what the year 2020 brought so far. But we must bravely face all of the obstacles that cross our paths. Let us take a moment to reflect on what we have done with our time as the world has rapidly changed around us, review what we have learned here at CSU Global, and focus on what we will plan to do in the future. The path we walk as leaders is continuous and never-ending. Going forward, we must be prepared and determined to face new challenges with strength and confidence. With the knowledge we have received through the education we have been given, we should all be better equipped to be effective leaders in our households, in our communities, and in our professional lives. We were first educated about time management, and we identified our most valuable activities. When watching the video, Time Management Fundamentals, one of the biggest takeaways was the myth of multitasking. It helped many of its viewers to realize that switch tasking is a thief of time, and that we can all work on our organizational skills. Exploring the 3 principles of productivity, space, mind, and time was eye-opening. Week 2, we assessed the traits of leadership, and we determined our strongest and weakest drivers. Case is right when saying that the challenges in today's world require a lot of energy. A great deal of our energy can be drained because of the adversity we have faced throughout our lives, but going through certain trials can also help us grow into stronger individuals. When working on understanding your power to influence, we wrote about a person who had been one of the biggest influences on us. For me, that person was my grandmother, and I am grateful to have such a strong woman in my life. We also learned that there are 5 bases of individual power, and we really delved deep into the positives and negatives of each of those powers. We addressed how we often find ourselves in situations where we need to influence others in our organization without necessarily having any formal power over them. We learned that from Matsushima. My grandmother provided so many excellent examples of how to influence people without holding power over them. Next, we built on our understanding of our individual leadership style. We learned that democratic leaders often respect the decisions from the teams and encourage interactive decision-making, and a good leader gets out of the way when things are good. It felt good to be able to learn that one style of leadership does not fit all, according to Gale, and to be a good leader, we must be flexible and willing to adapt. We then moved on to learning about the role of ethical communication and influence in leadership, and the 5 general principles, which are beneficence, fidelity and responsibility, integrity, justice, and respect for others' rights. Each of us needs to respect the value and dignity of all people and the rights of every individual. When studying leadership versus management in organizations, we were taught that leadership and management skills complement each other. Balancing the strong, positive aspects of both skills in our professional lives will allow us to be stronger leaders. As we take the next step on our journeys, let us work towards a future that we can be proud of. It is our responsibility to demand social justice as we become the next generation of leaders. The education we have received, combined with the ethical values that have been instilled in us as humans, should inspire all of us to be forces for good in this world. Let us be leaders of change so that we can bring about a revolution that we all desperately need. Thank you to everyone that has provided support to us on our continuous journey to becoming the best leaders that we can be. We have completed this process of our journey, and may we all stay strong as we prepare for our future as leaders.